Welcome to the Enjoy a Cancer-Free Life podcast with Dr. Ted Koren, best-selling author of Cancer is Natural, So is the Cure. More than care for patients, Dr. Koren transforms lives. He teaches people an all-natural way to heal from and address the causes of cancer using the tools we all have within ourselves. On the podcast, Dr. Koren interviews other thought leaders in natural healing who share insights and information to help you live longer and better.
Master Lim, I'd like to thank you so much for joining us on this podcast. This was from a book I wrote, Cancer is Natural, So is the Cure. And you have been an inspiration to me and many other people. I've had the pleasure of going to your seminar. And I found how powerful it was. In fact, some of the meditations you've had with over 100 people in the room were among the most profound I've ever experienced. And I'll never forget them, so thank you.
So well, thank you. That's my great honor to be with you. So thank you. And thank you.
So I remember that, well, can you please, in your own words, tell us a little bit about yourself?
I beg pardon?
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your journey?
Sure. You know, so I grew up in China, and so during the Cultural Revolution, and so tens of thousands of people humiliated and got killed and got tortured, and so when I was at the time only about like 8 years old, so the people in all over the world, I mean, so in China, it's going to form different gangs based on their political beliefs. And so because my parents did not agree with what they believe, and just overnight, my parents became fugitives. And so they were on the run, and so left their children behind. And so then I was only 8 at that time, and my youngest brother was only 4. So, and we overnight became the targets to be humiliated, by the gangs of the political gangs.
Now, this is something most Americans really have no concept of.
Yeah, so that is like the time, the nightmare of China. So we try to escape, and so on the journey to escape out from the small fishing village, and many times we were caught by the soldiers of the gangs, and so even they put the rifle guns and my head and my sister's head, and threatening to kill us. So that was so frightening. But anyway, so we got very good people, very kind people too, and they helped us to finally escape out from that village. And then we went to live with our grandma in the countryside. And so, boy, that childhood, I tell you, was not the most pleasant childhood. But you know what? Because of this, I learned how to open my heart. Because of Qigong, especially, I would say, after I came to Qigong opened my heart to the kindness, to unconditional love. And here I am, and I want to help people how to end their sufferings, how to stop their pains from their heart, so that they can live a life just like what I live every day, filled with the joy and happiness and enjoy good health.
And I remember you saying, especially when it came to cancer, that you should love your tumor, which is fascinating because the body created the tumor for a purpose. It's
yes.
We're not trying to kill ourselves.
Sure.
And that dovetails perfectly with your concept of really not trying to hate your body, hate your tumor, but work with it.
Yeah, so absolutely. And everything is energy. A tree, the food you eat, and water, and including cancer. Cancer forms because of energy blockages in the body, and the energy blockages in the body is also a form of energy. Energy cannot be created, cannot be destroyed, but energy can be transformed. through opening your heart. This is the techniques. This is the most powerful techniques. Open your heart. Allow your unconditional love to come out, to serve you, to direct you. And then the tools will come to you to help you to transform that tumors into something beautiful and healing. So, and in my classes, I tell people, by loving your cancer, actually you're sending the positive energy, automatically transform that energy into something beautiful and healing. So, let me share a story with you. So recently I had a client. Actually, now she became my friend. And a few months ago, she was diagnosed with a terminal lung cancer, and the cancer spread all over the body. And then the cancer just kept growing, and even she was doing intensive chemotherapy. Then she learned about Spring Forest Qigong, and she came, and it's on the phone through the distance healing. And I gave her the exercises of learning course, and she practiced, and plus the distance healing from me. And just 2 weeks ago, she called me, and she was sobbing, and she said, I just came back from the doctor. The doctor was sobbing too. And she said she had together 19 tumors in the body, all over the body. And after that 2-month practice, a little bit over 2-month practice, 9 of 19 tumors completely disappear, and the other 10, 80% smaller.
This would be called a miracle by many people.
Yeah, so every day in our center, so in my healing, I heard people telling me the stories. I just don't have time to even remember all these beautiful stories. So always remember, the most powerful healing energy is your unconditional love.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about Qigong, and especially Spring Forest Qigong?
Qigong, first of all, this word, Qi means life force with intelligence. Gong means work or method or the way to make things work. So put this Qigong together is the method of working with the life force with intelligence to help you to balance your body, to help you to heal, to help you with any purposes you want to achieve in your life. So now Spring Forest Qigong, boy, so I tell you, I developed Spring Forest Qigong because of my personal experience and my personal commitment to share what I know with the world. After I healed my severe arthritis and bone spurs all over my body because of the pains and sufferings from Cultural Revolution, from severe suicidal depression, and so basic emotions and pains, eventually manifesting in my spine, in my joints, and causing that problems. And then I tried everything. You just name it. Everything, Chinese medicine, Western medicine, and so my symptoms just got worse. Until one day, I was introduced to a Qigong workshop. That was when I was in China. There's lots of people on the dirt ground in a soccer field. I was meditating there with the master, together with thousands of people. So after that 7 hours meditation, the pain in my knees completely, 80% gone. And then the swelling in my knees completely went away. And then the biggest surprise to me was my suicidal depression went away too. And starting from that moment on, every day I was living a happy and joyful and life. And so after I learned that simple techniques from the masters, and then I practiced another two months. And since then, my arthritis in my knees completely stayed away from me. So because of this, I started paying serious attention to the power of Qigong. So I went to the caves to study with different masters, and So now talking about this, I would say when I look back my life, so actually it's not I was choosing Qigong, but Qigong chose me.
Chose you. I thought you were.
Yeah, Qigong chose me, so I practice then I follow different masters and to practice. Actually, when I was 14, I was secretly trained by a Qigong master. And what I learned is the basic breathing, meditation techniques. It's not nearly as powerful as what I learned later from the other masters and how you heal yourself effectively, so dramatically you can heal yourself just so fast. So then after I went, especially after my illness, I went to different masters and from different lineages, and so then I was given this title as a Qigong Master. So when I was given the title as a Qigong Master, to me, it was not because of the fame, because of the reputation, but because of its number one, Qigong is a journey of life. It's a way of life. And I was given these opportunities to serve my masters, to serve the world, to carry on this wisdom from my masters to share with the world. And so more importantly, I commit, this is the commitment I gave to myself to spreading the Qigong, the wisdom, and sharing with more people, to help people who, like me, at that time was looking for a solution to my pain and sufferings. Now, so I can have others to learn this simple yet very powerful stuff to help them to end their sufferings.
And this is not just for Chinese people. This is
universal. Yeah, it's universal. It's for
Westerners can easily learn this.
Yeah, it's very easy to learn. That's because of this. Well, so at the time when I learned from different masters, they said, well, they will take like 10 years and 20 years to learn how to activate the qi to help you to heal. But through my experience and my practice, especially after I began my systematical study of the Qigong, I found that Qigong is not that difficult at all. It's not complicated at all. It is the people who make it complicated. So that's why I developed Spring Forest Qigong, and to share with the people these powerful techniques in a very simple way, and everybody can do it.
And people can learn from you. Just you have videotapes, audio tapes. I'm using the word tape.
Yes.
CDs, and you have online training courses.
Oh yes, I have many online training courses and meditation and audio, videos. So we have a lot of tools to help people to how to master qi, master this qi flow in your body.
And you also have trainers, people you've trained, other masters that can give people personalized instruction.
Yes, absolutely. That's why, because I want to spread this message to the world so that the world knows how powerful Qigong is and how simple it is. And Qigong is a simple science. And the only thing you take is to open your heart to activate the unconditional love in your heart. And then the techniques and the practices will become simple. And so it's, through all these devices and the courses that we developed, we help people not only in person to be a healer of yourself, you can also learn how to help others to heal. So we have many certified programs to train healers and teachers all over the world.
And people can start immediately. Doesn't take months or years to learn these techniques.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't need to wait. why should you wait? Why something like that simple and that good? Why should you wait? You know?
Have you ever found some people sort of do Qigong instinctively, that they just have been doing things without knowing it's Qigong, and then, your formal study helps them?
Oh yes. Well, Qi, like what I explained before, is Qi is the life force with intelligence. Through a way you can activate the intelligence in your body, and you can help yourself to heal. So simple technique is like sleeping. You have a very good deep sleeping. Breathe gently and deeply. Focus on your breath. That is already a very good beginning of your Qigong practice.
And there are exercises people can do just when they're walking or talking. And I was fascinated by that you can actually employ ways of improving your energy and your healing in day-to-day life.
Oh yes, absolutely. Well, Qigong has two parts. One is the active movements, like the simple movements. When I say active movement, it's not like you do like a robot exercise in the jumping, running. It's very small, slow, gentle movement. And that is, I call it active movement. And then the other is like a sitting meditation, so two parts. So you can coordinate these two parts together and to help to activate the life force of Qi, of life force of intelligence in your body.
How long would it take for someone to do Qigong for their personal use or for healing?
How long? So first of all, when you do Qigong, it helps you to fine-tune the systems in your body, balance the energy in your body, balance the yin and yang, so that you will have a happy, healthy body all the time. So by doing the Qigong, healing becomes a product. Qigong is a way of life, remember that. So if you are looking for instance, like healing some aches and pains, half an hour a day, half an hour to 2 hours to 1 hour a day, and to begin with, to do it like 100 days, and 75% of people can feel the Qi flow and get the benefits within 1 or 2 days. Even, some people with even more serious blockages, they could feel the difference just within 1 week or so. If people are looking for something more severe, like healing with chronic problems like cancer, then I will encourage you to take like 2 hours a day for 100 days to practice. You must say, oh boy, so two hours a day, so that's a long time. But you know what? If you spend more time to intensively cultivate the Qi, activating the intelligence in your body, you can help yourself to heal much faster and more completely. And then after that 100 days, then you can slow down. Can you go back to, 1 hour a day or half an hour a day?
And your work has been studied by medical centers, I understand.
Yes, we did quite a few medical studies. And one was with a Mayo Clinic on pain management, and the other was with a scientist in Chicago on depression and the bipolar, and they all got fantastic results.
And this is people doing Qigong themselves, not necessarily having someone else do it on them before them.
You can do both, and so you practice the movement following the self-learning courses, and so then you practice like what I share with you, and then you can help to activate the Qi too. And then so if you want to speed up the healing process, then you can get help from healers, from the Qigong Masters, Spring Forest Qigong healers, and they can help you to speed up the healing process.
Now, I know we're going to have information on how people can contact Spring Forest Qigong, but I thought it would be nice if you would tell us in your own words, what's the best way to reach everybody there, and what products would you recommend in the beginning?
Sure. Well, so we have a healing center here in Minnesota, and you can visit Spring Forest Qigong.com, and you can find all the information about the courses and healing tools you need. And you can also find Spring Forest Qigong healers and teachers in your region too, because we have a lot of teachers all over the world, and so you can find that. And if you want to begin to study the Spring Forest Qigong, and I will highly recommend the 5-element healing movement. That is a simple thing to begin with, and then the meditation, like a small universe meditation, and then the butterfly meditation. So start with these 3 items, and you are in a good shape.
Now, I'm really amazed that emotional problems, you say, are one of the main reasons why there's blockages in Qi. And that Qigong, just working physically, helps, or do you have to cultivate emotional opening as well, or both?
Absolutely, you're so right, Dr. Kevin. And so emotion actually is a very, very gigantic part of the blockages creating for chronic problems in the body. For instance, like a liver, people have a chronic liver problems. Absolutely, in your lifetime, and you might have strong anger, frustration in your liver. So when the liver energy got congested, then it ruins the immunity. That's why later on people have liver issues. And people have fears, and of course, eventually that fears, that trauma of the fears could affect your kidney energy, and the kidney energy includes like the reproductive organs and your bone marrow and anus, and of course the kidneys too. So, some more information you can learn from my self-learning courses. So by balancing the emotions, get rid of the fears, balance the anger, and automatically you can help yourself to heal your chronic challenges in the liver and in the kidneys.
You've told so many stories, and I've heard many of them. They're very inspiring. To me, one of the most inspiring was when you were told to forgive people that had seriously harmed you emotionally.
Yeah.
And you kept saying, and your master said, just pretend to forgive them.
Yeah.
And that is a wonderful story. Can you please tell us a little bit how that happened?
Sure. So, during Cultural Revolution, I went through so much sufferings and pains, and plus my personal healings. And so at that time, I had also suicidal depression too. Since I tried everything, nothing really worked. And then finally, so I went to this Qigong Master in this workshop. When I was sitting on the dirt ground in the Hatfield, the master said, so if you want to heal yourself faster and more completely, and you need to forgive those people who hurt you in your life, hurt your family. So immediately I said, no way, and I can forgive you, right? So then during Cultural Revolution, those people who we helped them when they were in need, then for no reason, they just turned their back, against us and even want to kill us. So how could I forgive you? But as soon as I said that aloud in my heart, the master said, well, if you had a hard time to say, I forgive you, I love you, and then you can pretend. But pretending, you can also get good benefits too. So I said, wait a minute. By pretending, if I can heal myself with my pain and my depression, I will do it, right? So then through my visualization, I invited all these people lining up in the sky. Then one by one, I said to them, at this moment, I just wanted to help myself to heal completely. So I pretend guys, make sure this is a pretending. I pretend I love you. I pretend I forgive you. I pretend I forgive you. I pretend I forgive you. I keep repeating, pretend, 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 and then later on, I just simply turn it into like a chanting. And I let go with it. The pretend is just, I forgive you, I love you, I forgive you, I love you, I forgive you. Boy, from that moment on, after I chanted for over 10,000 times, heat just vibrating throughout my entire body. And I was in such a process of like cleansing my body and from head to toe. So at the end of the meditation, I found 80% of the pain in my knees went away. The swelling in my knees completely gone. And 2 months later, I went to have a medical checkup. All the bone spots in my neck, in my back, disappeared. And then, so after 2 months of practice, I found out my suicidal depression went away. I was thrilled, So this is what I share now. I pass on to my teachers and my healers.
So no matter how depressed people may be with their diagnosis,
yeah,
they don't have to live in their diagnosis.
Exactly. So those things don't belong to you anymore. After you let go with your fears, after you transform this energy, you recognize from your heart, this diagnosis don't belong to you, right? And so this is just a form of energy. It's an extra energy in your body. You just through these simple movements and tools, cultivate your unconditional love and forgive yourself, forgive others, and let go, and then you can build up such a beautiful environment within, so that you are able to activate the life force with the intelligence in your body, and that intelligence of this qi is going to help you to clear all these blockages.
Would you say people are much healthier than they think they are?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you get help from the doctors and from your physicians, and together with Qigong practice, and you can help yourself even better. So Qigong doesn't have any conflicts with any medical treatment. Actually, it has helped to enhance the healing process.
Now, you actually have, I think, 4 or 5 or week-long seminars for people with chronic illnesses, such as cancer and other life-threatening conditions, no?
Oh, yes.
You're still doing them?
Yeah, so we have a lot of beautiful stories. People, by doing this simple movement, they open the heart, they heal their tumors, they heal their migraine headaches, injuries, and from the accidents. Listen to this. It sounds like too good to be true, right? And so, for instance, in my book, Born a Healer, I had many stories there. There's one story is a person called Esther Trejo, who was diagnosed with a rare lung disease, and the lungs just filled with the scar tissues. The Mayo Clinic doctor wanted her to have lung transplant, and she didn't do it. And she came to my Qigong class. She learned that exercise. She practiced. Within 8 weeks, she went back to the Mayo Clinic. They found out all the lung scar tissues disappeared, and she did not need a lung transplant at all. And this is a miracle, for to the doctors, because from the Western medicine perspective, the lung scar tissues can never be disappeared, right? So now that happens, and because of this simple practice, she had another extra 20 years to live. So isn't that beautiful?
It is. And you have group sessions, I think, in Minnesota and other places where people can go and, be in the presence of you and other healers and get personally worked on and improve their Qigong practice.
Yes, before the pandemic, so we.
Oh, that's right. I keep thinking.
And
Oh Lord,
so,
another
yeah,
casualty of the pandemic.
yeah. So we and now also get now because of the pandemic, and now so every day. I mean, in the weekdays, 8 o'clock, in our teachers guide meditation and healing on Facebook and on our website. So every morning, 8 o'clock. So that's our love to the world. And we. That's why I developed Spring Forest Qigong, a healer in every home in a world without pain. That is my mission, and that is my vision. So,
I have to add that you are one of the most gifted healers I've ever met, and one of the funniest. Sometimes you tell a lot of good jokes.
well, I'm a human, right? I'm a human, and also, every day I live with joy, and I found the beauty in the Qigong practice. I found the beauty in people. I found beauty in the process of healing yourself. And so when you hold humor in your Qigong practice, you make the Qi flow even better.
Yep, absolutely. And this Qigong is available no matter what your cultural or religious background. It's a universal exercise.
Absolutely. Yeah. And in my body, I have Qi. In your body, you have Qi too. We all have Qi. And we all have that. For instance, when we talk about the Qi, why Qi has that kind of power to help people to heal, So because the Qi has its own intelligence. It's not like the simple energy. Let me give you a couple examples. So when you have, for instance, a paper cut. So when you have a paper cut, and generally speaking, if the paper cut is not serious, you just give it a time, a couple of days, the body heals it up by itself, and with no scar tissues. And then maybe, I believe you in your life, you had a cold, right? And when you have a cold or flu, then generally speaking, even without medicine, drink more water, take a few days rest, and then your body recovers completely, nicely, right? So here comes the question. Do you recognize that the qi, the energy, the wisdom which takes to heal the paper cut is different than the process of healing a cold, a flu, a fever, right? The body knows exactly what kind of the qi tools to be needed to heal a paper cut or a cold. So this is the intelligence I'm talking about. So once you activate the intelligence, you practice Qigong to help to enhance this Qi flow, the intelligence in your body, and your body knows exactly what is the best way to help you to heal your challenges. The biggest, like tumors, smallest, like a paper cut, and it's all about the Qi in action. It's all about the life force with the intelligence in action.
Thank you. I wish I could speak to you for another hour or two. We're limited in our time, but this has been very inspiring. I like how you put it. If your body can heal a cold, it can heal a cancer. It's the same Qi.
Yeah, the same Qi. Yeah.
And I hope your live seminars begin again, because I found them very inspiring.
Yeah.
But now you're doing Zoom calls. People are finding other ways, Facebook, Zoom, etc., other ways to connect with you. And I wish you a lot of success, and that may your work continue to grow and spread.
Well, so thank you, Dr. Karen.
Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat cheat. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.